Well, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to this week's second edition of Press Pass. Ross Foreman, and I'd like to welcome everybody from literally around the world as we get ready for this Saturday, Bound for Glory, live from Samstown, Las Vegas, Nevada. And as we get going with our second one for this week, Press Pass, let me welcome our host, Gail Kim. Gail, how you doing today?
Hi, Ross. Thanks for having me again as the press podcast host. I always love doing this, especially with the women. So I guess we'll just get started right away since we're so excited. I'm excited to introduce Cassie Lee and Jessie McKay, the inspiration. Welcome to Impact Wrestling, guys. Former tag team champions and perhaps the next knockout tag team world champions. Hey guys, are you excited?
That's what I like. So excited. I mean, you just said it, Gail. Come on now.
I mean, I think we're going to have a lot of curious people wondering how you landed here and how you got your opportunity at this title shot. So we're super excited to have our media outlets with us today.
Thank you for having us.
So let's see. I'm going to see where we're starting off. We are going to first start off with Liam, and he is from Inside the Ropes. Hi, Liam.
Hi guys, how we doing?
Hi, how are you?
I'm not too bad. Yourself?
Great.
So thank you all for
these two girls on. I mean, adding to our already stacked division.
thank you all for taking the time to do this. It's an exciting time for Impact Wrestling, and a lot of fans are very excited about the inspiration arriving. What I wanted to know is you've wrestled in some stacked divisions across the globe, and I think when we look at the current Knockouts division, we see some of the best talent from around the world. I just want to know how the current Knockouts division compares to other divisions you worked in previously, and if there's anyone in particular you guys have got your eye on as someone that you think can maybe be an asset to you guys, or someone that you're just super keen to get in the ring there with and compare yourself to.
You want to start, Cassie, first?
Sure. Sorry, I don't want to talk over anyone. That's why. Yeah, we're so excited to be a part of the Knockouts division. Jess and I obviously had a big decision ahead of us of where we wanted to land. And what it really came down to was, like you said, the Knockouts division is just on top across all brands. It's on top and it has so much talent, and especially the tag division, which is, Jess and I's specialty. So it was just a natural fit for us. There was nowhere else we could go that we thought would give us the opportunity to show the world what the inspiration is and everything we've been working on these past 5 months. We're so proud of everything that we've done to create the inspiration and just make who we are bigger and better than ever.
Yeah, absolutely. The Knockouts division is just top tier, and that's where we want to be. We want to be competing with the best women, across the world. There are so many women that we want to get into the ring with. And that's what's so exciting about us joining Impact. The possibilities are just endless. But somebody just straight off the bat that comes to mind is obviously Chelsea Green. I don't know where. I don't know if it would be a guest. I don't know what she could offer the inspiration. But I love that we can just interact with all these incredible women. But she's definitely someone that I would love to get in the ring with.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much, guys. I know we're all super excited to see what you've got to offer on Saturday. Best of luck and fingers crossed for you guys. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. Bless your heart.
Kind of, the inspiration and then the influence is kind of very similar. And we have Tennille, who's another Australian. So I'm kind of curious about that.
The Aussies together.
I know, right? I think, okay, so after Liam, we're going to have Dylan. Dylan from the Pro Wrestling Post. Hi, Dylan.
Hey, how are you guys?
Hi, Dylan.
Hello.
Yeah, I was just wondering, how validating would it be to come into Impact and win those knockout tag team titles, especially at the biggest show of the year? And then on top of that, with the, I guess you could call it lack of faith your former employer showed in you too.
I think the right word there, and that's validating. validating everything. Jess and I, everyone knows our story. We went to high school together. We've been dreaming and working of being at the pinnacle, part of my pun, my husband, the pinnacle of any women's tag team division. And we're so excited for it to be Impact, where there is such a huge emphasis placed on the women's tag division, because that's everything that Jess and I put our time and effort and energy into. And that's what we want to help create and lift up and make as big as possible.
Yeah, and you just said it, it's the biggest show of the year. So there are high expectations, and we're just ready to come to Impact and to show the world what we can do.
Absolutely. I'm excited to see what you guys have in store for us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you guys.
Going for your
Thank
time.
you.
And now we have from all the way from Ireland, we got Liz from Sports Matters TV. Hi, Liz.
Hello, beautiful people. How are you?
Oh,
That's so cute.
So modest, so modest. We are huge fans of you over here in Ireland. There's a huge connection between Ireland and Australia, I'm sure you're aware. And we are massive fans of you here, and we are so excited to see you back. Obviously, there's been a bit of time off, but I am dying to know, what have you been working on, and what new things can we expect from you once you hit the ring?
I will say, it's, I can't give away all the juicy bits. I've got to leave some in the bag for us to have. But I will say that Cass and I have been training nonstop. We may not have wrestled in a couple of months, but we have been training a lot. Really just perfecting what we already know, but also we have the freedom to create the inspiration, which is what we've been focusing on. So we're just so excited to show Impact and show the world the inspiration. And there's so many different layers inside the ring, outside the ring that we've been working on. It's really exciting. I haven't learned how to do a jumping back moonsault yet, but I've just been working the foundations good.
She did learn the Spanish fly though, so I will have you know, she can.
She's a liar.
She chooses.
Don't trust her, Liz. Don't trust her.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. And we wish you nothing but the best.
Thank you.
Thank you. Aww.
Yeah, are we going to see something different from the IIconics with this new evolution of being the inspiration? That's
Gail,
my question.
You have no idea what's in store. And you know who else doesn't have any idea what's in store? Is the K.
I'm excited
No
to
idea.
see that.
No idea.
Just so different in good ways. I mean, it's amazing. I'm really excited for that matchup. So thank you, Liz. And next we have my, normal thorn in my side, I call him, Shaun Ross from Fightful Wrestling. How are you, Shaun?
Come on. So Cassie, Jess, obviously you all have made an awful lot of friends over the years in wrestling, and some of those people are now in Ring of Honor. They're now in AEW. Did any of them try to recruit you guys to Impact? Were they like pushing for you? And you all mentioned Chelsea Green. She's like working everywhere right now. Like she could have helped pull you guys in any direction.
So I will say Chelsea was so helpful because she is everywhere, and we were able to bounce ideas off her and kind of, ask what everywhere was like and kind of her opinion. And so she was definitely a huge help for us because she's just in everyone's locker room, which is so great.
Did she bury Gail?
No, they're going to be politically correct right now.
How could you ever bury Gail? How could you bury Gail?
I do all the time.
Yes, you do. That's why we have to fight.
So what like was there any specific like mention of anything that would have led you guys here as opposed to anywhere else? Not to take a shot at anywhere else, but obviously the tag team division seems to be a big thing.
Yeah, that was definitely one of the biggest factors. I mean, the Knockouts tag team division is just on another level. They take care of the women in Impact. They are showcased. There is a tag team division with multiple tag teams, and that's what Cassie and I, we pride ourselves on being a cohesive tag team. So that was a big factor, but it had to feel right. was a big thing for us. We wanted it to feel like the perfect fit, and Impact is the perfect fit for us.
Thank you all so much. Even you, Gail.
Thanks.
Get out of here, Shaun.
Get out of here. I love that. No, I'm already imitating the accent. By the way, guys, my husband, but Australian accents are my favorite. British is. Okay. So next up, we have all the way from India, we've got Rishu from Sportskeeda.
Hello guys, how are you doing?
Am I saying your name right, Rishu? Is that right?
You are.
Okay.
Yeah, you're one of the few people who said that right. So,
thanks.
fantastic. So congratulations on coming here. The question of free agents coming to Bound for Glory is often brought up. Who are some of your former colleagues that you'd like to see? And one name that is being brought up very often is another Australian, Buddy Murphy. Do you think he'd do well in Impact?
I mean, Buddy's so talented. I think he's going to succeed anywhere he goes. Everyone's seen him in the ring. You ask him if he can jump and he says how high. He can do everything. So it doesn't matter where he goes, he's going to succeed, whether that's Impact or any of the other brands. Yeah, he's going to do great.
Definitely. And like you said, there are a bunch of free agents out there, but to be honest, I'm focused on the Inspiration. That's been I've just been steamrolling ahead for that. So best of luck to everybody else, but I mean, the Inspiration is where it's at.
Fantastic. One quick question. What does Gail mean to you guys, and Gail,
put him on the spot.
Yes, I'm so glad you asked that. Okay, I'm going to tell a story real quick. So before I moved to America, I was still living in Australia, and Mr. Hardcore Holly came down to Australia for a seminar, and I was a big fan. And he kept talking about how good Gail Kim is. And well, I was like, yeah, duh. But he was so high on Gail, and he was like, Gail is, she's at the top of the mountain. She's literally the best. And then so we started the seminar, and I looked up with someone, and he like stopped everything, and he was like, okay, I need to see Gail Kim and Cassie Cassidy, which is who it was at the time. I was like, oh my God, that's the biggest compliment. He just put Gail over huge, and now he's like talking about little old me. Yeah, I don't know how we got there. I lost track of the question.
It's very it's not, because I don't hear these stories, obviously. I sometimes don't even know how other coworkers or peers feel about me at all, once in a while. But that's very nice and heartwarming and encouraging. Thank you.
Yeah, you're an absolute bloody legend, Gail. And it's extremely cool that we can have a relationship with you now. We can talk to you, that's really like that's so awesome for us to have. So we appreciate you so much, and we're excited to be here at Impact. And like Cassie, I've heard that story 1,000 times. And we love Gail.
We love Gail.
I have to say, I'm very fortunate enough to be in my position right now, which I know is a blessing. And for me to be able to work and help build this division, I'm so proud of this division. And I express it all the time. When I say it, I think our division is stacked. Yeah. I am not exaggerating by any means. I feel like there's no holes in our division. I feel like everyone just has something different to bring, and we're just going to get better from here. And just like they said, Impact Wrestling, that obviously I'm very dear. They're very dear to my heart, but they have always done right for women's wrestling, and they use everybody and just know how to make the confidence come out and build them to the best of their ability. So thank you, Impact Wrestling. Thanks,
Thank you so much, and best of luck for this weekend.
Thank you so much.
And now we're off to the UK, and we're with Alistair from Metro.
Hey, how are you both doing?
Hi.
How's everyone doing?
Alistair.
Yeah, I wanted to touch on, I know you've both sort of touched on mental health at various points since leaving, and it's a big issue right now, as it should be, with the Tag Me In campaign and everything going on there. So I was just wondering what message you'd each give to fans who are looking to you both, at, no pun intended, but taking inspiration from you both now.
Oh, first of all, this conversation needs to happen. The more we talk about mental health and are able to conversate with people about it is just the better. Tag me in, it is an incredible cause, and I urge a lot of people to submit videos, even if it's a retweet, a like, using the hashtag. Just getting that kind of out there in the world more will benefit everyone. Like you said, Cassie and I have had our fair shares of mental health, and it kind of sprung up on us. It was something that we never expected to happen. So we've had to, over the past few years, really figure out how to deal with that and how to manage it. Gosh, I really hope that we can, no pun intended, inspire, female and male people to really just speak about it. That's the biggest thing, because it got better for me when I opened up to people about it.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. This conversation needs to be happening consistently, and especially in our industry, it's so common. Like, maybe not everyone's talking about it, but everyone is dealing with it in some way. And especially for the men, who I feel like have to have this tough persona where, nothing affects them, but it does. And statistics show us that men are more affected by mental health than women are. And I think we all just need to support each other and offer a safe space for someone to speak to if that's what they need. But yeah, the more open we can be about this and know that we're all in this together, it's just going to benefit everyone. And I just want everyone to live a happy, full life.
Yes.
Absolutely. Well,
and I'm sure you guys have already inspired just by speaking out already.
Thank you.
I hope so.
Yeah,
that's
absolutely.
One thing we can do in this lifetime. That's all I will strive to do.
Well, thanks for your time. It's great to see you both back. Really looking forward to the weekend.
Thank you, Alex.
Cheers. Take care.
Thank you. We're going to France with Stephanie from Steel Chair. We haven't had this international meeting in a while. This is awesome.
Hello, ladies.
Hi.
Hello.
It's been a while. We met I don't know if you remember, it was 2 years ago.
In Lille?
You come to France in Lille.
I remember.
You remember we wish you a happy birthday when you have 20 folks wishing you happy birthday. You, Cassie, I think you remember that. It was something we never forget. So good to see you now on Impact. It's really something nice. And I read you, dear friend, read you a little bit, opened the door for me to ask this question. When you were in Australia and growing up and even becoming a wrestler, what was Sydney representing for you? Were you watching? Were the wrestler that you love, the talents that you love? And were some of you were inspirations for you? Gail, of course, is one, obviously. Thank you.
Yeah, I grew up definitely watching TNA/Impact. Back then, I had to find the women's matches on YouTube because it was the only way I could view it. It's just crazy how technology is so different these days. But yeah, I definitely was a fan growing up. We've obviously spoken how incredible Gail is, and I was such a fan of you. Awesome Kong was another one that I was just like, she is a badass woman, just beating people up, and I loved it. So they've always had such incredible women, and that's what I think is so special about Impact. You can trace it back all the way to the very start, and there's never been a point where the women were not featured and were not in these incredible storylines. So yeah, it holds a very special place to me, knowing that I spent all these years growing up watching it, striving to be a performer like all these women.
Yeah, I agree. And I was not good with technology back then. So Jess would find the links and then she would send me the links so that I could watch and keep up with it. But I wanted to point out the beautiful people who, for Jess and I, they are an inspiration for us. Oh my gosh, why are we using this word?
Yeah.
We need a different word. we looked up to them because they had these two very distinct sides. So there was their femininity, and they were beautiful, obviously, and then they could go in the ring. And there was a time where it's like you were only beautiful and you couldn't go in the ring, and then it was like you could go in the ring but you were depicted as not being beautiful, and they just encapsulated all of that. And that is something Jess and I looked up to, because we feel so strongly about both sides of that. Everyone is multidimensional. We all have so many sides and layers to us, and I'm so excited for the industry of where we are now and all the women who have paved the way for us to be able to show all of our sides.
Absolutely. Yeah, the beautiful people, I used to watch them and be like, oh my gosh, I can be sexy. Like it clicked in my head. So it was so cool seeing that. Yeah. And you know, it's just funny. I was watching their entrance last week from years ago, just because I was like, oh, how do I move like that? What could I do? Like it's just funny how it all comes full circle.
Just quickly, I imagine your reaction knowing that Awesome Kong is going into the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, I mean,
well deserved.
Absolutely well deserved. I couldn't pick another person more deserving of that. I mean, she's just incredible. I'm so glad that she was able to be inducted in that such special way in front of fans as well, with the pandemic. So, I mean, what just a woman. That's what, when I look at her, I just see a woman. Like she's just absolutely incredible in every single way.
I completely agree with you guys on all, both questions, Stephanie, in terms of the company. Really, you guys were saying about being beautiful and sexy and being able to wrestle. And most of all, I think, like you said, very multi-dimensional. And I think Impact Wrestling does a great job of allowing these women to be themselves and to grow from that point, whether they're sexy, they're wrestling, or both, or everything. They really embrace it all. Thank you, Stephanie. So next we're going to our North American media outlets, and we're going to go to Bill Pritchard from Wrestlezone. Hi, Bill.
Hello, how are you all?
Good, how are you?
Hi.
Good. So Cassie and Jess, there was rumors or speculation that you might show up at Slammiversary, and obviously you've been open about your visa issues. I was wondering if you can maybe talk about how that all worked out, and maybe how long you knew that Bound for Glory was definitely going to work out, where you could talk about announcing the appearance and all that.
Yeah, so when the rumors were kind of going around about Slammiversary, our visa issues were not even nearly fixed. We actually had our agent come in and save the day. He was a knight in shining armor, and he took on the responsibility of taking over our visa so that we could work in this country and continue to wrestle like we want to do. And so Bound for Glory, Jess, how long?
It was
these days.
Yeah, Cass got an awful memory. I want to say it was cutting it close. I'll be honest. It was weeks, and then everything was finalized. So we were hoping it was Bound for Glory, and we were praying. And I'm so glad that worked out. But there was a couple of times where I was like struggling to figure out a timeline. But thank goodness it's all done and sorted. Like Cass said, our agent came in and just absolutely saved us. And now we're going to be about the Glory, biggest show of the year, sold out arena, tag team championship match, it's all coming together, coming up roses.
It worked out perfectly. It really did.
Thank you all.
Well,
looking forward to the show.
Thank you.
So next we've got Miranda from Big Gold Belt Media. Hi, Miranda.
Hello. Hi, Jessie. Hi, Cassie. Hi, Gail.
Hi.
So Cassie and Jessie, your promos and interviews have been really popular. Fans gravitate towards your personalities, and not only what you do in the ring, but your backstage interviews and really how you communicate together, but with fans. The key word of the day is inspired. So I wanted to ask, what inspires your promos and really some of your comedic, communications and promos?
So what you see from us, any kind of on Twitter or on TV, anything you see, literally that is us when we're just together in the car, at each other's house, on an off day. That's literally how we communicate with each other. Jess will do anything to make me laugh, and that's kind of like her goal, is to like crack me, which I love. I just think, our history together, how long we've been best friends, and our chemistry, it's so easy for us to be able to just be ourselves and connect with our audience. Everyone's got a best friend. Everyone grew up with someone, and you just kind of have this like secret language between each other. And that's what we are. And it just connects because, like I said, everyone's got that person in their lives.
Yeah, and I think that people can tell if something's genuine or not. So I think the reason why, our promos and interactions translate so well is because it is so genuine. We literally spend every day together or talking. Last week we spent we did a 12-hour shoot/day together. And then on the way home, we were talking in the car. I was like, we just spent 12 hours and we just started laughing. It's just, there's nothing that we don't talk about. She knows everything about me. I know everything about her. It's just that unbreakable bond. So I think that's what kind of draws people in. And I hope that they have someone like that in their lives, because it's amazing. But I think that's definitely where we kind of draw that inspiration from. It's just our everyday lives. We just want to make it as real and as authentic as possible.
Thank you, and best of luck this weekend.
Thank you.
That's just beautiful. I love the sisterhood.
Yes.
It's just a natural thing in wrestling too, right? But when you guys have known each other before wrestling, the bond is even stronger. So now we have Miranda. Oh no, wait, sorry, after Miranda. Joey from the Angle podcast. I make mistakes, guys. Joey.
No problem, Gail. How are you guys?
Hi, Joey.
Today. So my question is based upon tag team wrestling, which we know is a vital part of pro wrestling. And we've never really seen a team with such great chemistry like the IInspiration. Now, did your decision at the beginning to become a team all around the world lean more from your friendship being so strong, or from in general have a special love for tag team wrestling?
I'd say a bit of both, to be honest. I mean, obviously our friendship was the driving force behind it. But when we started exploring tag team wrestling and being like, oh my gosh, we could do moves together. This would be so much fun. So when we started exploring that aspect, that's when the love of tag team wrestling really became real for us. And then, we've been a tag team for so long now. I'm just so grateful to be able to have a tag team partner in the ring and then in real life. But it was definitely the perfect balance of each.
Awesome.
Definitely.
Awesome. And on a personal note, I'm so happy to see you both together in the same company, and really in a company that prides themselves on their women's division, because you both are mega stars and deserve really everything that this business has to offer. So good luck at Bound for Glory.
Oh, thank you so much.
Thank you, you big cutie, you.
Thank you. Have a good one.
Too.
Thanks, Joey. Okay, up next we have Kristen from Bell to Bells. Hey,
Hi,
Kristen.
ladies.
Hi.
Hi. So you talked about you've known each other for so long and you work together so seamlessly, both in and out of the ring with your new podcast. We're happy you stayed together, but was that always the idea to remain a tag team, or will you be going after singles competition while you're at Impact?
Our focus is completely on being in the tag team division. We want to be Impact Women's champions, tag team champions. So that's where all our focus is going, and that's where all our focus has been these past few months. So, I mean, we're going to support each other no matter what. We're always going to be in each other's corner, but the tag titles, that's where our head is at. And we have so much to focus on this Saturday at Bound for Glory against Decay, because that is going to be one of the biggest matches of our careers. We've got a challenge ahead of us.
Yes.
And they have about as long of a career as you both do. I mean, it's got to be pretty intimidating. What's your strategy going in?
It's we've been studying them. Obviously, you have to know who you're getting in the ring with. We're good at that. I will say, Decay, you know, you look at them and you think, woof, they're physically dominating and they work well together as a team, which is something that we can respect. They have good chemistry as well, but we're going to do whatever it takes to become the tag champions. And I know that they're going to fight for it as well. So it's a tall order, but we have a lot to prove. So we're up for the challenge and we're just going to give it our damn all and inspire Impact along the way.
Well, we look forward to seeing you go Saturday, and good luck. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Next up, we have TNA Impact Wrestling historian who I've spoken to before, Michael. How are you, Michael?
Hey, Gail. Boy, you make me sound
Michael
way
knows,
more important than I am.
Everyone, Michael knows everything, way more than I know about TNA Impact, okay?
That's
knows
amazing.
The ins and outs and all the secrets.
Yes. No, thank you for having me. You know, welcome to Impact. Very excited for both of you. And I wanted to ask you about a topic that is, you know, sometimes like a hot topic and other times it just kind of disappears for a while. What are your thoughts on the pros and cons of intergender wrestling? And should there be more or less of it? I know some people, I actually discussed this with Gail previously, and some people have really strong opinions on it, others don't. I'm just curious about, from both of you, you know, what are your thoughts and where do you think it should go?
I think everything has its place in wrestling. The industry has a spot for everyone. And if that's your piece of cake, then you should eat your piece of cake. Jess and I both came up training with men, and I feel like we learned so much that way. So, I mean, I love getting in the ring with the guys. When we go to flatbacks and we go to training, we're always having matches against Spears and Breezy. So it's like, I feel like there's a place for everything. Is that something I'm looking to do? No, because Jess and I are a team and we're going to stick to that. And that's where our focus is. But if that's what you like, then knock your socks off.
Absolutely. If that's what you want to do, go for it, mate.
Exactly. I think, you know, I mean, Michael and I have discussed it, but I think there's, like you said, Cassie, always a place for the right stories or predicaments.
Yeah.
Thanks, Michael. Next, we have Joey G from Wrestling Headlines.
Joey G.
Hi, Cassie, Gail. So nice to meet you all. Thank you for having me.
You know.
I just wanted to know, since it's kind of been a topic throughout this press call, and I hope it's not a silly question, but what made you two land on the IInspiration as your new name? And were there any other names that you had considered before getting ready to jump back into the wrestling circuit?
Well, there are many names thrown around. Some of them good, some of them horrible. But it was about bouncing stuff off the wall and seeing what sticks. But Cassie, I will give props to her. She came up with the IInspiration from Bring It On, classic film that we've all seen a million times. They call themselves Inspiration Leaders. And she loved that and told me about it. And I was like, that's amazing. And it stuck. It felt like us. And it's so crazy. Now we say the word inspire 100 times a day. And I never knew that. So of course, now we're saying the word all the time. So it definitely fits for us.
Well, I truly can't wait to see what IInspiration does on Saturday. I think it's a great name. And I think all three of you are great. And thank you so much for having me.
Thanks, Corey. We're going to go back to the UK and we're going to go with Kevin from Nerdly. Hey, Kevin.
Hello.
Hi, Kevin.
How are we doing? Yeah, first of all, cannot wait to see you guys take these belts on Saturday. It's a given. It's going to happen, and we know it's going to happen.
I like it's going to happen. We manifest these.
One of the things that is like a common thing recently is that a lot of the brands now are crossing over and everything like that, you know, the Forbidden Door and everything. But I wanted to find out who the IInspiration, not just right now, would love to take on as a tag team past, you know, like from yesteryear. Could be Impact, could be anywhere. What tag team would the IInspiration go up against?
There's so many.
There is a lot.
We get asked this question a lot, and I feel like I want to add, like I keep adding teams to the list because there's so many good women's tag teams that I would love to. I mean, we just mentioned the Beautiful People. What a bloody dream match that would be. Yeah. You know, there's so many tag teams across like all brands in the Forbidden Door that are just incredible, and I would love to get in the ring with. But I do have to say that the one that I'm excited about is Decay. You know, that's where my head's at right now. That's what I'm focused on. Incredible tag team, and Cass and I want to prove to the world that we belong in this knockouts division. So that I'm on Decay right now.
If there's a way we can, like, you know, really make our mark coming into Impact, it's by beating Decay, and on our debut is winning the Impact Women's Tag Titles, and that is going to make a huge statement when I manifest this into the world. So yeah, like Jess said, that's where all our focus is, and that is our goal right now. That's our goal.
It's a hell of a debut match, and I think that it's going to be a perfect sort of two sides of the coin, and I think you're going to win. It's all good. You're going to win.
Oh, I love the positivity. Thank you.
I definitely think it's going to be a good, challenging matchup because you guys are so bonded, and Havoc and Rosemary have both probably, I think, the two longest lasting, along with Madison, in the knockouts division. So they have great chemistry too.
Yeah, they've got the home field advantage.
Yes.
You know?
That's true. Yeah.
I'm sure you guys are going to bring your following on Saturday. Definitely. Next, we have Dean from Body Slams and Drop Kicks podcast. Hey, Dean.
Good evening, ladies. Are we well?
How are you?
How you going, mate?
Not too bad. Not too bad. Just a question, ladies. Obviously, I hope you do win the Knockouts Tag Team titles this Saturday, Bound for Glory. But when you eventually are champions, would you welcome a challenge from anybody in, say, NWA, AEW, Ring of Honor?
Absolutely. Bring them all on.
Yep. Come to Impact. We'll challenge anyone. I mean, but that's what being a champion means. Yeah. You've got to be able to defend your championship, and you've got to be able to continually prove that you deserve to be a champion. And that's what Decay has been doing. So, you know, like I said, we've got a tall order on Saturday, come Saturday at Bound for Glory. A lot of pressure, sold out show, but we're ready. And once we win, we will defend.
Damn right, we'll defend.
Is there any tag teams that you would like to face first off in your first defense?
Oh gosh. I mean, we've got to wait and see who earns that. You know? Like, who's going to earn the opportunity to face, you know, the brand spanking new women's tag team champions in Impact, or if it's Impact. We've got to see who earns that. I'm not, you know, we'll see.
One step at a time, you know.
Yeah, slow your roll.
Would you like Gail to be the special guest referee?
Can we make that happen, Gail? Come on,
Gail.
I'm a terrible referee.
That's all right, mate. I'll slip you a 20. You'll be fine.
I will say though, a lot of people bring up the Forbidden Door, and this, you know, a lot of people have brought it up with our current Knockouts champion, Deanna. And I always say, we have such a deep roster. I always like to see us work within our roster first. And then if you beat all of them, then you go through that Forbidden Door.
Absolutely. Yeah.
That's
okay.
logical.
Yes, exactly. After, okay, thank you, Dean. Next we have George from What Do You Call It?
Georgie.
How's it going? All right, everyone can hear me, right? Oh, you all right? How's it going? Hope everyone's doing well. Thank you for inviting me onto this. I would like to know, because they want to talk about the wrestling, but I want to know, because I know some of us do podcasting as well, and I know you both started your own podcast this year, Off Her Chops, very good stuff. What was your inspiration, no pun intended, behind starting the podcast? And I'd like to know, what have you got planned for Series 2? And now that you're going to be wrestling on a more regular basis, do you intend to keep the podcast going?
Yes.
That's our baby. That is, you know, something we, you know, mixed. We added a little bit of flavor here and there, and we created Off Her Chops right from the very beginning. that is something we're so proud of. And yes, we are in a season 1 break right now, but we are coming back October 28th. And season 2 is going to be huge because we just signed a podcasting deal with a podcasting company. And we're actually planning to take the podcast on the road. So even though we're going to be really busy with wrestling, with Impact, we're going to take all of our equipment. We're going to check our luggage into the Delta check-in counter, and we're going to take it with us, and we're going to interview who we can.
Awesome. Hopefully come to the UK. That'd be great to see. But for now, I'm looking forward to Saturday. And everyone, have a good afternoon. Well, afternoon, morning.
Yes, it's
right. Cheerio.
George.
Love it.
The sound of this podcast on the road. I think that's what fans like to see, is you guys on the road, behind the scenes, and
exactly
your thoughts maybe inside the ring, but also outside the ring.
Yeah.
And Impact is so they embrace everyone doing lots of outside of projects. So that's
and we are very appreciative.
Yes. Okay, now we have Dom from Soundsphere.
Hi, Dom.
Hi, Dom.
Hey guys, how you doing?
How are you?
How are you?
There you are.
It's lovely to see you guys. Thank you so much for having me. Appreciate it. Gail, it's good to be here with you as well. Just wanted to ask you guys, obviously you've been through so many ups and downs in wrestling. I wanted to ask, what have you learned about yourselves? How have you changed and developed from the very beginnings of your career right up until this time, now that you're with Impact Wrestling?
You're asking the good question right now. Gosh, I've learned so much, and I know Cass has learned so much. The 2 biggest things that I have learned over the years is to stand up for yourself and to have thick skin. They are the 2 biggest things that I would want somebody else to learn very quickly. Luckily, I have been blessed to have Cassie by my side. So having a support system is, if you can have that just one person that you can rely on and they have your back, it makes all the difference. But wrestling as a business, there's always going to be ups and downs. And that's just life. It's just learning how to ride the wave, which is something that somebody close to us told us early on in our careers. You just got to keep riding the wave because there's always something new happening. And it's kind of like this Ferris wheel. It just keeps on turning and turning and turning.
I agree with all of that. And that's something that I had to learn. And that was really hard to learn, actually, because when Jess and I came into the industry, did we have thick skin? No, it was very thin. Mm-hmm. And I feel like you really don't learn that until you get in the field and you're working and you're practicing. But I'm so glad that's something we've been able to support each other through. And like you said, grow. It's all about growth.
Fantastic. Awesome. I'm glad we got the word inspiration in there as well.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Dom. Okay, we're going to go to Honduras now, and we have Isaac from Wrestling Sport.
Ooh.
Can you hear me?
Yes. How are you, Isaac?
Honduras is in the house, ladies. So, how do you think your presence will help to women's tag team division in Impact Wrestling? And what can we expect from their match this Saturday in one of the most important events in Impact Wrestling history? Thank you.
I'm so sorry. I missed the first part of that question.
Can you repeat the question, Isaac?
See, how do you think your presence will help the women's tag team division and Impact Wrestling? 1, 2, and what can we expect from their match this Saturday in one of the most important events in Impact Wrestling history?
Did you get that?
I'm going to be honest with you. I'm still missing the first question, but let me get to the second question for you. I mean, this is Jess and my debut at Impact Wrestling, so it's hard to say what you can expect because we're not looking to give away our secrets. I know Decay is watching this. We're live on Facebook right now, so I'm not about to give them all our secrets while we're here. But this is something that Jess and I are so passionate about. And like Jess said earlier on the call, we are in a position to be doing anything and everything that we have to do to win those women's tag titles. It's so important for us to make a statement on our debut night in Impact, and that is what we're going to do.
I'm excited to see that. And I just want to remind everyone on here that tickets are still available for Sunday and Monday after Bound for Glory. And perhaps if they win the tag titles, I mean, I don't want to say it if Rosemary and Havoc are watching, but if they do, get to see the brand new tag team champions or the current standing ones holding them. Okay, so next we are going to go to Germany, and we have Marco. Hi, Marco.
Hey, ladies.
Hi.
Thanks for having me. So I have to look up my question. I wrote it down.
Okay.
So my question is for Jessie. So, dear Jessica, would you like to follow me back on Twitter? Not myself, do not read on screen. Okay. So sorry for that.
No.
Oh. So my question is, since you've been announced for Bound for Glory and also announced the Inspiration Tour yourself, I'm curious about your contract status. So did you already, or could you see yourself signing a multi-year contract with Impact, or can we expect to see you show up everywhere and grab as much gold as you can?
You're a sneaky one, coming in with the contract questions. You're trying to get the goss, you're trying to get the info. So hats off to you. I appreciate the balls to ask a question like that. But I'm just going to reel it in. I'm not going to give away that information. Okay? We take one step at a time. Step one, Bound for Glory, Saturday, Las Vegas, sold out venue, tag team championship match against Decay. That's step one. So that's where we're locked on. Our peripheral vision is locked on there as well. We've got to get through that first. So we can, that's down the road stuff.
Yeah, I feel like people, when they try to take too big of a leap, they just fall flat on their face. We like to take things one day at a time, one stepping stone at a time, and that's where I think a lot of people see the most success. So like Jeff said, Bound for Glory is this Saturday, and we're gonna whoop Decay's tush.
Hey.
Marco, I think that a lot of people, including fans and people like us, we just get so impatient. Let's just enjoy the moment.
Yeah.
Let's enjoy what's happening right now and let it all play out. Right?
You're right. So it's.
Oh, I guess you got cut off.
Cut off.
Thanks,
You cut off.
Cut off there. Sorry, Marco, but thank you. Next, we have Jim from the Miami Herald. Hi, Jim. Welcome back.
Hey, thank you all so much. Congratulations to everybody. Looking forward to Bound for Glory. You all talked about the naming of Inspiration earlier. I wanted to go a little further with that because IIconic's Inspiration. Kurt Angle had his 3 eyes. I'm wondering if there was any inspiration from that to come up with these names. And do you all have a 3rd eye?
That's so good. We love.
No, but now I want one.
I know, me too. What? Do you have any ideas, Jim?
Yeah.
Well, you know what? You mentioned, all right, since you're asking, you mentioned earlier, you all mentioned the word influence.
Oh, wait, we have an influence right now, though. Madison.
Already got an influence.
We need to be original here. Jim.
Maybe they can wrestle together for that eye.
Yeah, that's an idea.
Winner takes all the eyes.
Yes.
It's a match for the eyes.
The eyes have it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So, but did you draw any inspiration from Kurt Angle and his 3 eyes?
We draw a lot of inspiration from Kurt Angle, to be honest with you. We're big fans of Kurt Angle. The inspiration idea did not specifically come from him. No, that just came from us and our brains. But yeah, we love Kurt.
Yeah, we saw Kurt last weekend. He looked jacked and veins popping out of his arm. He said hello.
And he said, I miss you girls.
Yeah.
Big
He's
fan
sweetheart.
of inspiration. So we said, thank you, Kurt.
We all
And then lastly for me on this, you mentioned also earlier flatbacks, and I'm curious because what is it like? There's some really good talent at flatbacks wrestling in Central Florida, and I'm just curious what your thoughts of the talent there, especially some of the women Valentina Rossi. My gosh, I know there's some talent coming out there. And also the talent coming from Australia, and what you all know, has women's wrestling improved over in Australia? And thank you all.
Oh my gosh, great question, Jim. Honestly, Flatbacks is producing like the best up and coming talent. We have about 10 guys and girls who I would say are our constants, who come in they complete a course and then they continue, they keep coming. And these are the people who I swear you have to keep your eyes peeled. Like you said, Valentina Rossi, Kayla Inlay, we've got Cam, we've got Tyler. There's so many people who come through Flatbacks, and they're just gonna kill it. And they're so new, and that's why I'm so excited to see them, because I can see how good they're doing. Then as far as the Australian talent, man, the world has no idea just how deep the talent pool in Australia is. Jess.
Hallelujah.
Finish me off here.
I have to tell you guys, I had my funnest tour of my career in Australia. It was the best. I love Australia. I have family in Australia, actually, guys.
Love to chat about that.
Through marriage. Okay, next we have Austin from Backsport Page. Austin.
Hey guys, it's great to be here with you both. You guys are extremely talented and I love watching you. So now being an Impact is not just a change of scenery for you both, but essentially a brand new beginning in front of possibly a brand new audience. So what are your thoughts and feelings ahead of your debut? You mentioned excitement before, but what else is going through your heads and your hearts as well?
I just got butterflies in my stomach when you said that. Nervousness, is that a word? Excitement, got the butterflies happening, proud. I'm a ball of emotions, a ball of damn emotions. And it's all gonna kind of explode on Saturday, Bound for Glory. When Cass and I say that we have been working on the inspiration for months, I promise you, it's been every day for months. We have been perfecting every little detail, and it's been so creatively fulfilling for us to be able to do this. And we are just so freaking excited to show the world, to show Impact, to show the Knockouts division, the inspiration. It's going to be so much fun. That's another word that I haven't said in a long time. Fun. And I'm just so excited.
Cassie?
I have to agree with all that. And I'd just like to point out, I love your pink headphones.
Thank you.
And your tie-dye hoodie.
Yeah, you're very in, aren't you? I love that, Austin. Something Jess said is proud and being just feeling creatively fulfilled. And we haven't even stepped in the Impact ring yet, and we're already feeling creatively fulfilled, which is huge. So like Jess said, I'm excited to show the world the inspiration.
I'm actually really excited to see you guys just interact with our whole company and the people involved, because it truly is something special. I know people might think I'm just saying these words and it sounds so cheesy, but it truly is. I feel like I'm going to see it on your faces and feel it in your energy. I'm excited to be, part of that day. I think you guys are going to.
Now I'm getting the butterfly.
I'm like, whoa.
I'm excited. So next we have Dane from Hooked on Wrestling.
Hi, Dane.
Hi, Dane.
Thank you all for, I don't know, being here.
Got it. Yeah, no worries, mate. You want to ask a question?
You know what's but sitting through all that, I don't know whether I hate or love that now whenever somebody says the word inspiration, you have to clarify that it isn't a pun.
I know.
Bit of a wordy question. So with women's wrestling being researched on a more mainstream level only within the past 10 years or so, and with tag team wrestling only within the last few, as a consistent women's tag team, is there any sort of like chip on your shoulder over the way both divisions have been represented while you represent both?
Yeah, I love that question. And absolutely there is a chip on our shoulder. For the longest time, we have been fighting to show everyone what we can do, not only as individuals, but as a tag team. I've said this a million times before, and I'll say it every day for the rest of my life. This is the goal. This is everything Jess and I have worked for is to elevate a women's tag team division. And, you know, when we first started, we obviously had such a long backstory, and we came in with a goal, and there was really something missing. And we knew it was a women's tag team division. So that was our goal, to help pioneer. And it's fulfilling now to be able to really have the platform to show the world exactly what we've been working on for the past, what, Jess, how long's it been? 20 years now?
Yeah.
Oh, going on 17.
Yeah, okay. So 17 years in the making. Comes down to this Saturday at Bound for Glory, and a sold out Sam's Club Live. We are very excited to face Decay.
Sam's Town, yeah. Sam's Town.
Sam's
Club's the other place.
Oh no! Think, Cassie,
Yeah,
think.
Decay don't stand a chance. And then I had another one, if that's all right. Or do you...
Oh, Dane, what have you got?
Go for it. If it's quick, go for it. Oh, I guess not.
No.
I'm not controlling it. Okay, we got Michael from Lucha Libre Online. Hi, Michael.
Hey, ladies, can you hear me?
One question, guys. One question. Okay.
Yes, one question for outlet. Once again, thank you very much for your time. Greetings from Puerto Rico. This is not my usual setting, but a pleasure to be here with y'all. I wanted to ask you, prior to having the WWE Women's Evolution, we had the Knockouts that did this for multiple years and basically created a pathway for the rest of the ladies today. You were as well pioneers over there in the women's tag team division. Now you're here in a company that allows women not to just aspire to a women's title, but we had actually a woman that was a world champion at one point. Women were wrestling for the X Division champion as well, the Knockouts champion, the tag team champions. How do you feel, basically the three of you, to be in a company that actually has no limits for women, that allows you to be wrestlers, that is not about the sex, about how you were born, about your ethnicity. It's about how talented you are.
Oh, what a great question. It all comes down to Impact being the most inclusive wrestling brand out there. Because you're right, they're not biased against gender, against any ethnicity, what you look like, what you sound like. They include you for the performer that you are. And not only that, but they respect it. They don't try and change it. They don't try and make it something ingenuine. And that's what I really resonate towards. And I know Cass and Gail are going to say the same. It's nice to be included in a company where you can be who you are without any limitations.
Oh, pin the tail on the donkey.
I just feel like I think what she said, the inclusivity is definitely a factor. I think Impact Wrestling, TNA back then, has always been more progressive. So a lot of people, you know, obviously WWE is known for the women's revolution, but I think we did it in 2007. So I feel like we were just always ahead of our time. We're a progressive company, just like bringing in the IInspiration who look to pioneer that division. I think this is the perfect place for them to do that, you know, because they are going to get the platform and they are going to get the opportunity to do those things. And I truly believe in them both. So, okay. So next, did you want to say anything else on that, Cassie?
No, I think you both hit the nail on the head.
Okay. Next we have Tom Campbell from Cultaholic.
Hi both. How we doing?
Good.
I'm all good. And on behalf of all of us who go to journalism, thank you for taking time to chat tonight. It's much appreciated. You said you wouldn't go back to WWE, you'd leave them on red. I'd like to know what have been some of, obviously you haven't debuted yet proper, but what have been some of the more striking differences that you've found with your interactions between WWE and Impact Wrestling? And before I get cut off, good luck for the weekend.
Thank you, Tom. Something that Jess and I are very big on is, we call it the big C, and that is communication. And we're so excited because we can already feel how everyone is so easily able to communicate, and you can ask a question and you got an answer, and if there is no answer, we're going to get you an answer. So, I mean, that is huge for us. It kind of sounds like it's not a big deal, but for us, it's huge. That is, yeah.
Absolutely. It's a well-oiled machine, as they say. very excited for some communication.
Well, we aren't perfect, but I will say we definitely try, and we do try to provide all the tools and resources we can to help our talent succeed, most of all. So.
And we haven't even debuted yet, and we can already feel that.
Yes,
yeah, we already have that support straight off the bat. Yeah.
I love that. Thanks, Tom.
Thank you very much. All the best for the weekend.
Your question. Okay, we're gonna have Lee from Perched on the Top Rope.
Hi,
Are you
Lee.
there, Lee? Hi, Lee.
I'm here. How you girls doing? Jessie and Cassie, I look forward to meeting you November 13th and 14th. As we know at Bound for Glory, if you defeat Decay, you've already said that your goal is to stay as a tag team, remain as a tag team. The current Knockouts Tag Team Championship single longest reign is 478 days, held by alumni ODB, as well as current star Eric Young. Would that be one of your goals to break that record? And what other goals do you have in Impact Wrestling?
I'm coming for all the goals. We would love to break that record, become the longest reigning tag champions. What an honor that would be. That's a long time. That's a long time. I have to be on the A game, which over 400 days. Yeah. Woof. I think we're up for the challenge. When you talk about goals, though, there's so many. I think the biggest one for us is just to make an impact. No pun intended. I can't say anything without it being.
I know, there's so many puns.
Without it being a pun. Oh my gosh. I think that's just our biggest goal right now, is just to make an impact. We want to be somewhere where we have that ability to affect a division, to be an asset for a company, to have that platform to reach people worldwide. They're really big goals for us. I mean, the tag championships are our first and foremost goal. We're not looking at anything else beyond that, because that means so much to us. That's just all we're focused on right now.
One day at a time.
Thank you. Thanks, Lee. And next we have James from that 90s wrestling podcast.
Hi, Gail. Wow, I'm blue.
How are you?
Why am I blue? I look like a
I don't know. That is it's like special.
Okay. Thanks for having me. Great for Jess and Cass to join Impact Wrestling. Not only you're a great addition to the Knockouts division, but to Impact Wrestling in general. I suppose my question is, seeing that you're making your debut at Bound for Glory, which it's great, but a lot of people seem to not be too happy for the fact that you jumped the line, you could say, to automatically become the #1 contender. So what's your thoughts on when people say that, and before you've actually earned your stripes, I suppose you could say?
Yeah, I don't pay attention to all the negativity. So I actually didn't know that people were unhappy about that. But now that I do know, I can say I just don't care too much. We have worked our tails off for, like Jess said, 17 years to earn an opportunity like this. And so I would say we have earned the right to be the #1 contenders. We have earned this in over and over and over again. If anyone's got a problem with that, I say, come and say it to my face, mate.
Yeah. Man, I'll knock someone out real quick.
I love that response. Thank you.
Awesome. And good luck for the weekend.
Thank you.
Thanks.
And I think that's all we have time for, everyone. Thank you so much to all the media outlets, especially from all the international locations who are a little bit off on the time zone. So I appreciate you guys waiting and being patient. And we will be back with Press Pass post BFG. Don't forget, Saturday is sold out in Las Vegas at Sam's Town, but you can tune in through the Fite app, YouTube, and all your local cable providers. And also Sunday and Monday, we still have tickets available for Impact Wrestling at Sam's Town. So come on in and see the newest additions to the Knockouts roster. We're super excited for you guys. And yeah, screw the negativity. We just want to see an amazing debut, an amazing performance, and most of all, just a competitive match. So thank you guys for joining us once again, and we'll see you guys all next time.